Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. How do these guys get elected? Presidents and all that. How? In the democratic system. Is the population dumb? Or the mass media fools them? Or both? But then who maneuvers all this? Well, I have another example of a clown. I just made a video on the clown of the clowns, which is Zelensky. Now I make a video about another clown, which is the president of Poland. And I'm not saying that he's a clown just because I don't like him, because I don't know, he's ugly or something. No, I will just analyze his statement. And the statements that he makes, the argument that he makes regarding his statements, to support his statement, are infantile, are bad or stupid at best. Okay? Now, he doesn't know better, or he knows better and he's a liar, which makes him a bad person. But the same, how that he is a president? You got a population. The population voted for this guy. All right, let's see what Mr. Duda said, the president of Poland. I mean, I laughed. At least he put me in a better mood. So this is an article from Jerusalem Post, the Jerusalem Post. So from my friends from the Jewish state. And it is from today, the 12th of December 2022. And this is what he says. Duda, the president of Poland. NATO will not treat Russia like Moscow treats its neighbors. We know that one. Says Polish president. He refers from the title that NATO is a fantastic bunch and the Russians are bad dudes. That's the assumption. Now that made me laugh because I have a memory longer than 5 minutes back in time, or an attention span more than 30 seconds. So let's see how he arguments this, how he supports this, right? He's going to argument it. He's going to bring arguments. NATO countries can guarantee to Russia that they will not treat it in the same way Moscow is treating Ukraine. I bet they will not. Poland's president said in response to a question about French President Emmanuel Macron's idea of security guarantees for Russia. And this is what Mr. Duda tells us about him and his group. He doesn't let others talk about, we used to have this, man, in our civilization. Bragging about yourself, it's bragging and it's very bad taste. Let others talk about how you are. And then by knowing how other people think about you, you get what you are, not what you say you are. If I tell you I'm the fantastic person, I'm the perfect individual on this planet, what do you want to say? Shut the fuck up, Emil. You know what I mean? Click, go. Or if I'm waiting for other people to tell me, this, you can't always let everything, based on what other people say, because people will say all kind of things. But at least you get an idea of who you are. Let's see what this guy says about him and obviously his organization, NATO. What we, as honest people, politicians, NATO members are able to guarantee to Russia is that no one is going to do to Russia what she is doing to her neighbors, plural. Andrzej Duda told a news conference in Berlin on Monday. All right, good. That's his statement. He didn't go deeper. Well, let me ask a few questions. Let's go with a few questions and see how we can answer them. All right. Well, if NATO, for instance, which are the good guys, would give Russia about 8 years, say, okay, we'll give you 8 years to arm yourself before we're going to attack you, would that be fair? Or they will just attack it right now? Because Russia gave the West and Ukraine 8 years before intervening to save its people from the eastern Ukraine. All right? Now, NATO countries support government coup. United States and others. Is that what NATO does? Certainly. Remember what happened in Ukraine. Now, let's go back. You know, NATO, these good guys, he said what? Honest people, politicians, we are. Okay? Remember, NATO is a defensive alliance, correct? Correct. That means if someone attacks us, then we retaliate and you up. Correct? Correct. All good so far. Great. Tell me about Yugoslavia a little bit, Duda. Tell me about Yugoslavia, Duda. Bang. Huh? How about that? Now, I can refresh your stupid memory. 1999. How about that? Can you tell me about that? What countries bombarded Yugoslavia? Was it NATO? Was it NATO? Yes, it was NATO, Duda. Okay. Well, did Yugoslavia or Serbia attack the defensive alliance of NATO, Duda? No. Okay. Then why did you attack? Because we're honest, good people. Was it authorized by the United Nations? No. All right, that means that attack, that bombardment was illegal, correct, Duda? Yes. Okay, well, if that attack and all those people who died and infrastructure destroyed and so on was illegal, wouldn't that make the people who perpetrated that as criminals? Yes. Criminals of war? Yes. Okay, well, I definitely don't want Russia to be treated like Yugoslavia. Would you? No. All right, this is Duda. Now, Duda is an idiot or he's a... You know what I mean. What is he? Or both? He definitely knows about that. I can give another example. Duda, hey, yes. Do you remember Libya? Yes. Okay. Yes, I thought so. So you remember who imposed all those no-flight zones and all that, you know? Remember who did all that? Was it NATO? Yes, it was NATO. Okay, Duda. Now, was NATO attacked by Libya? No. Then why did you do all that? Because we are good people. Okay, what happened after you did all that to Libya? What happened to the Libyan leader? Who was good or bad, whatever. He got murdered like a dog. Okay, yes, exactly. So, do you think that Putin will have a different outcome if he gets into Gaddafi's shoes? Or Saddam's shoes? You want to talk about Saddam now? No, I thought so. Okay, so this is Duda. He tells us about Russia. We're going to be treated different. No, Russia, no. And I'm going to give you another example. Nuremberg trials, and they're very aware of Nuremberg trials. You want another example? Slobodan Milosevic. And not only, you don't want to let yourself be judged by these guys. No, if you want to be talking, you talk from an equal, from a same level. Don't let them... I will tell you, when I lived in Romania, and I was a child and a boy, not a child, a boy, because I had dingy-lingy and I identify myself as a boy, I still do, not a boy, but something else. You know, people around us were all waiting for the Americans. The Americans are coming. Oh, the Russians, the Soviets, the this and that. We hope that Americans. So I lived under this America thing. Americans are like some special, you know, superhumans. Ubermensch. I said, oh my God, okay, Americans. Well, the Americans, and yes, indeed, they treated populations much different than the Soviets. That's a fact. All right, I'm not disputing it whatsoever. But from there to this, what's going on right now, it's a big difference. And when I'm talking about the United States, I'm not talking about, you know, citizens. I'm talking about the leadership. No, it's not the same, at least in the past 30 years. This is not America. This is something else. It's under the mask of being, you know, nice and America. That's what happens. And I can't help being disappointed. But I understand who's who, what's what, and I understand that there are good people and there are bad people in any society and any country. But the society overall I think this is a fantastic society, and I'm wondering how in the hell they get these weasels voted in the office. All of them. Look back in history and tell me who was a good president. Who? I mean, however you want to take it. I mean, if you say that Clinton was good, well, I would, all right, okay, he was so good that he was a pervert, right? He was a liability. Why? Because you expose yourself to blackmail. Okay, that's a liability right there. I mean, besides other moral considerations, okay? But hey, he does that, nobody hears about it, that's fine. But at the White House, people are listening, and it's not only the FBI, and it's everybody else. So do you think that the Germans, the French did not know what was happening with Monica and the Kubelika and this and that? Yeah, they all knew. That's a reason for blackmail. All right, that's one thing. Who else? You're going to give me Reagan? Okay, well, Reagan, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Carter? Yeah, okay, yeah, all right. And, coming, and then the Bush family, leave me alone with that one. And then Obama, the articulated African American who doesn't say shit. He's articulated, of course, but his substance is pee-pee, if you know what I mean. And then you got this, you got that, and now you got this semi-conscious humanoid over there with his, oh my God, Kamala. Do I need to say anything else about Kamala? I don't think I do need to. If you want, I will, but no, I don't know, man. I don't know how she's performing, though, but anyway, let's put it aside. So, here it is, Duda. Yes, NATO is not what you tell us you guys are. No, it's not. And say something like you don't like about NATO, and they're going to invade you. They're going to look at what happened to the other guys, NATO. The other guys being, how do you call them, Afghanistan. You say, well, those are NATO countries. However you want, that's you. They're the same guys. It's part of your organization. You say you're good people. I don't think so. I think you're good and bad like everybody else. But the problem is you got more power, so you're going to commit more... You know what I mean? Yes, you know what I mean. So yeah, Duda is a weasel, a clown. A clown. He was elected by a population. A population. As Obama was, as Trump was, as what's his name, this semi-conscious Biden was. So when you look at all these things, and besides look at many other people who were elected, it makes you lose faith in democracy. But if you still have hopes for the human race, then that's where the mistake starts. When you think that the humans are like this and like that, you have to start with the humans. And then you realize that these are just a product of us. That's what we are. That's what we are. When we have one or two different, that's a poo-hoo. And you don't find those, and sometimes those guys end up badly. Anyway, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just, Duda. See you later.